The pyramids of Egypt are among the most impressive structures ever built by human hands. More than 4,000 years later, they still dominate the landscape, massive, precise, and enduring. But one question continues to fascinate historians and engineers alike. How were the pyramids built without modern machines? Archaeology doesn't give us myths or speculation, it gives us clues. And those clues reveal a story of planning, organization, and human ingenuity on an extraordinary scale. The Great Pyramid of Giza was built around 2600 BCE. During the reign of Pharaoh Khufu, it consists of over 2 million stone blocks, some weighing more than 2 tons each. The pyramid was constructed over roughly 20 years. To achieve this, ancient Egyptians had to quarry stone, transport it across land and water, lift it to great heights, and place it with remarkable precision. This was not a simple task. It was one of the largest construction projects in human history. Most of the limestone used to build the pyramids came from quarries near the Giza Plateau itself. Workers used copper tools, stone hammers, and wooden wedges to cut blocks directly from the bedrock. Harder stones, such as granite used inside the pyramid chambers, were transported from Aswan, nearly 800 kilometers away. These stones were likely shipped along the Nile, using boats timed with seasonal flooding. Archaeological marks left in quarries still show where ancient workers cut and shaped these massive blocks. Once cut, the stone blocks had to be moved. Archaeologists now believe Egyptians used wooden sledges to drag the stones across the desert. Recent discoveries showed that workers poured water onto the sand in front of the sledges. This reduced friction, making it significantly easier to pull heavy loads. Wall paintings from ancient tombs depict teams of workers pulling stones together, a clear sign of coordinated labor rather than brute force alone. One of the biggest mysteries is how the stones were lifted as the pyramid grew taller. Most archaeologists agree that ramps were used, but the exact design remains debated. Some theories suggest straight ramps extending from the base. Others propose zigzag ramps or spiral ramps wrapping around the structure. A more recent theory suggests an internal ramp system built inside the pyramid itself. While no single explanation is fully proven, evidence strongly supports the use of ramps combined with careful planning and teamwork. Contrary to popular belief, the pyramids were not built by slaves. Archaeological evidence shows that skilled workers lived in nearby settlements, received medical care, and were paid with food and housing. Inscriptions found near Giza name work gangs with titles like Friends of Khufu, suggesting pride rather than punishment. These workers were likely farmers who labored on state projects during the Nile's flood season. When agriculture was temporarily impossible, record-keeping played a crucial role in maintaining such a vast operation. Although most construction records have not survived, evidence from papyri and inscriptions suggests that officials tracked stone deliveries, workforce rotations, and food rations in detail. This level of documentation ensured that thousands of workers could be supplied and coordinated without chaos. Leadership on the construction site was highly structured. Foremen supervised small teams, while overseers managed larger sections of the project. Above them were architects and royal administrators, who ensured the pyramid's design remained precise as it rose higher, preventing costly errors over time. Standardization was another key factor in efficiency. Stone blocks were cut to consistent dimensions whenever possible, allowing teams to work faster and reducing the need for constant adjustments. This early use of standardized materials reflects a sophisticated understanding of large-scale project management. Despite centuries of study, some details remain unclear. We do not know the exact ramp design used for the Great Pyramid, nor every method used to lift stones to higher levels. But archaeology continues to provide new answers. Each discovery brings us closer to understanding how ancient Egyptians achieved what once seemed impossible. The mystery is not a lack of intelligence, it is the loss of written construction records over time. One of the greatest challenges archaeologists face is the lack of detailed construction manuals from ancient Egypt. Unlike later civilizations, Egyptians did not record technical processes in surviving texts. Most inscriptions focused on religious beliefs, royal achievements, and the afterlife, leaving practical construction methods largely undocumented. Another unanswered question concerns the final stages of construction. How stones were positioned with such precision at higher levels of the pyramid remains debated. Even with ramps, maintaining alignment and balance as the structure narrowed would have required exceptional skill and constant measurement. There is also ongoing discussion about how knowledge was transferred across generations. Pyramid construction spanned decades, meaning that techniques had to be taught, preserved, and refined over time. This suggests a strong tradition of apprenticeship and shared expertise systems that rarely leave clear archaeological traces. Taken together, the evidence reveals a civilization that understood how to manage complexity. The pyramids were not built through isolated effort, but through coordinated systems that balanced labor, resources, and time. Every stage of construction depended on cooperation from quarry workers and transport teams to surveyors and planners working toward a single vision. What makes this achievement even more remarkable is that it was accomplished with simple tools. Without iron, wheels, or advanced machinery, ancient Egyptians relied on observation, experience, and incremental improvement. Over decades, small efficiencies accumulated into an engineering process capable of producing one of the most enduring structures in human history. This is why the pyramids continue to matter today. They are not just monuments to royal power, but records of human capability showing what organized societies can achieve when knowledge is shared and purpose is clear. In studying how the pyramids were built, we are not looking at an unsolved miracle, but at the foundations of engineering itself. The pyramids were not built through magic or unknown forces. They were built through careful planning, skilled labor, and a deep understanding of materials and organization. They stand as proof that ancient civilizations were capable of extraordinary achievements using the tools and knowledge available to them. And even today, as we uncover more evidence, the pyramids continue to remind us of what humans can accomplish when knowledge, cooperation, and vision come together. This is Secrets of Time, where ancient history still speaks.